Hey guys, EJ here. Today I am going to be talking about 5 records that I have recently acquired that are now part of my collection. Some of these I have already covered, some of these are new. These aren't going to be album reviews, just me talking about some of these albums. Yes, I am actually going to stand up for once in a video, and yes, we are going to start by talking about Digital Ash in a Digital Urn by Bright Eyes. This is my personal favorite Bright Eyes album, Digital Ash in a Digital Urn. For one, I really love the way that they kind of explored out of their comfort zone with a bit more electronic, a bit more synthy elements to it, while still keeping that traditional folky, kind of like acoustic-y, emo, Conor Oberst vibe throughout this album. I really love the way that lyrically this is just as strong as so many other Bright Eyes albums, and yet instrumentally it brings so much new to the table that I personally love. It's hard for me to really pick favorite songs on this album. I mean, it is really good. Goldmine Gutted is a great song. Take It Easy, great song. I Believe in Symmetry, great song. Easy Lucky there's so many great songs here. I love Bright Eyes, and I'm kind of, I think, in the minority here when I say this is my favorite Bright Eyes album. A lot of people like I'm Wide Awake. A lot of people like so many other albums, but this is honestly my favorite. This next album that I have on the wall that I have recently acquired. You may have seen my review of this album by now. You may have seen my review because I did do one of it. But this is Minecraft Volume Alpha by C418. To me, this is an extremely great album that gets pushed aside by music critics a lot, mainly due to its association with Minecraft. A lot of people think that you need to play the game to enjoy this album. I do play the game, not gonna lie, but I don't play it so often, and I honestly listen to the soundtrack more than I play the game. I think C418 is one of the best ambient, electronic, and soundtrack artists out there. Currently, he's still making great music. Deef is a great album. Excursions is a great album. I do plan on making a video on him heavily. But this is a great album, and I do love the way that they actually condensed the soundtrack here on this vinyl to really the best of it. And perhaps one of the best parts about this is just how green it is. The beautiful green vinyl. I love this thing. Minecraft Volume Alpha, great album. I really do recommend everybody check it out. I know a lot of people get weird about it because it's associated with the video game, but honestly, it's a great piece of music. A lot of good piano pieces on here, a lot of good electronic pieces. I really love Dry Hands, Wet Hands, Sweden. Those are great piano pieces. But Subwoofer Lullaby, Moog City, the song Minecraft, and even Danny. Great songs. I think it's a solid piece of electronic music that I actually do give a 10 out of 10 to. This next album, I'm sure you've seen me talk about, or at least talk about the band, but this is Depeche Mode's most recent album, Spirit. Great album. It's definitely actually one of my favorite Depeche Mode albums. Despite it being their most recent, and despite them being much older and changing their sound up a lot, I really, really, really enjoy this album quite a bit. There's the inside. But yeah, Spirit to me is definitely an extremely strong album that once again gets often overlooked by the fan base simply due to their age and their different sound. They are no longer just a dark synth wave, synth pop band anymore. They are really much more than that, and I love their progression as a band. I love their evolution, and this album greatly shows that. And I love Martin's more political lyrics on here. I like the more urgent, wake up kind of, where's the revolution, going backwards, the worst crime. All great songs about the state of society, and the instrumentals are wonderful here. I think this is Depeche Mode at the top of their game, despite being well into their 50s. They still have it. I love Depeche. Alright. Now, this next one, I covered quite heavily on this channel. I gave it a 10 out of 10 on this channel in my review. Notes on a Conditional Form by the 1975. Wonderful album, and I really like how everything that went into this vinyl is recyclable. Not that anybody would throw this out, but really just drives home their point of environmental stuff. There they are on the back. Great album. I really don't need to go too in-depth into this because I went very in-depth in my review talking about why I think it is a 10 out of 10 album. But it is, in my opinion. I love the way they explore all the different sounds on this album. I love how they explore so many different genres, but execute it so well, and yet each of these songs still feel true to the 1975 and what they represent. And the overall message of this album is great. It's a really solid album, and I don't hesitate giving this a 10. I wish more people were open to them. I know that a lot of people love their material, but a lot of critics did give this polarizing reviews because they were not sure what to think of this album because it was such a big change in sound. I love it, however. The 1975 continuously proved that they are one of the greatest bands out there in the current scene. I love these guys. I love to hear what they do next. And the one last album up here is by... You probably already see it because it's up here. And you guys are smart. By David Bowie, Diamond Dogs. I believe he already had like 8 albums up to this point, but really solid album. I will admit, until I received this album, I never actually dived too deep into Diamond Dogs. However, I was familiar with a lot of David Bowie's material. I also admit that I haven't dived head over heels into his discography either, so listening to this a few times definitely did open my eyes a bit more to his discography. Some of my favorite tracks personally are 1984, great song. Obviously, Rebel Rebel is the one a lot of people know. Diamond Dogs and Sweet Thing, great songs. Overall, really solid album from David Bowie. I feel like this does get often lost in the shuffle because he has so many great albums, from Ziggy Stardust to Aladdin Sane to the newer Black Star. He has so many great albums that it's easy to skip over some of these, but this is definitely a solid album that I enjoy quite a bit, and I'm glad that I have this because David Bowie definitely influenced probably just about everybody up there. So, yeah, that was the other record I got, the other record I received recently. But yeah, other than that, those are some of my new records in my collection. I recommend check out all of them. I like them all quite a bit. Obviously, some of these are 10 out of 10 for me. Minecraft, 1975, Digital Ash, and Spirit's pretty damn close to being a 10 out of 10. Diamond Dogs is great. And so yeah, those are some new records in my collection. I recommend everybody checks out. They're all pretty good. But yeah, that is it for now. Thank you guys for watching. Please subscribe if you like what you see. I do plan on doing some more reviews, some track reviews of possibly Bright Eyes soon. And I'll see what's coming out for me to check out. And that is it for now. Goodbye.